Okay, this is how to start up a 2017 Hymer ACTIV from just a dead start. Anyway, here it is, sitting there. First you open it up. So you hit the open button, which is the top one here. And in order to get into it, you have to open the passenger door. And you have to reach in and push the button forward. This takes two hands. There it goes. Jeez and crackers. Alright, so you get the sliding door open. It's definitely a two-handed operation. Filming and doing this is not fun. So we're in here. Nothing's on at this point. There's the batteries. There's the console. There's the other console. So how do you start up? We start with these two lithium batteries right here. Mine comes with two lithium batteries. Some of them don't. I don't know what the deal is there, but you toggle the switches down. So you click that down. Click. Something. Do you hear that click? Tick, tick. Then here's the other one. Okay. There's a click. Click, click. Okay, so now my batteries are on. But they're not completely on yet. You have to go to this thing. Now you have to hit battery on off, and that's a one-way switch. So you just hit it, things start to click and go. You get a readout here on this little console, then this thing comes to life right here. So at this point, other than maybe water, which you turn the water pump on here. Okay, you heard it go. So at this point, you actually have DC power, which is enough for you to be able to run all the lights. You can run the refrigerator. You can run the water from the water pump. You can do the awning. You can do the stove, because the stove is propane, but it's ignited by DC power. So at this point in time, you really have all that you absolutely need in order to operate this thing, and you don't have to do anything else. But I'm going to go ahead and briefly talk about the other two things you can do, which is the inverter and the water heater. And in later videos, will talk about those in more detail. But just for the purposes of startup and shutdown, I'm going to show you how to do those as well. So let's go back up here. The water pump is on. So now the inverter can be turned on. Now what that does is that turns on, okay, you just heard the microwave beep. So the microwave, the air conditioner, and the television, and all the other electronics I've got for that, they start to work when the inverter is on. So if you're a TV person, if you need a microwave, if you're in a place where you need AC, definitely, this is a good thing for you. Let's see. The other thing I want to go over is, now that we have DC power, let's go ahead and power up the refrigerator. So, there it is. It's on. If I come in here to the freezer, and I lift it, this is going to be tricky doing the camera and this at the same time. If I open this up, and I come here to this switch and I turn it to the left, you hear it go on. I turn it all the way with the knob pointed directly to the bottom, and that's usually good enough. So you can close this. That's the freezer, the refrigerator, the light's on. I can already smell it working. And you shut the door. So there's the latch for the refrigerator, and that's it. So the refrigerator's on. So that's the entire startup process. That gets your water working, gets your refrigerator working, turns the inverter on so all the AC outlets and such work, plus the microwave and everything else. And that's the startup. So let's go ahead and shut everything down now. So we come back here to the refrigerator, and we turn it off by turning the knob to the left until, click, it's off. Leave it open so that it will air out. Clear all the food out of it. Come back up here. Shut off the inverter. So since you're going to do this in reverse order of how you started things, then you can shut off the water pump. Now, one of the things we didn't do is we didn't work with the heater or the water heater. Those I'll do in a later video. So let's just assume that you did something with those and those will get turned down and turned off. Anyway, the last thing you do then after all that stuff is turned off right there is you hit the power on this and you hit the power on this. Click, click. Everything's off now and the console should go off right here. Might take a second or two. Come on now. Huh. Did I do the battery off? I did do the battery off. There it goes. Okay. I must not have done the battery off long enough. This switch over here was not off completely. So that was a mistake. Now the console is off. And that's it. That's how you start up and that's how you shut down